I'm on my way. On a Tuesday. Delicious Nespresso to get us going today. What's up, everybody? Welcome to your Tuesday show. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be maybe a frustrating one. Maybe one where we all rage out. And we're like, damn you, Fox. Damn you, contracts. I don't know, man. Big old, crazy old, big old, crazy old, big old rumor. With regards to the X-Men, the mutants, contracts, it's weird. So we're going to talk about it. Break it down. Share our thoughts. Talk about the possibilities of if it could be true. And hopefully, it's still going to be okay. I actually think it could explain some of the things that are going on with Marvel with regards to the X-Men stuff. So we'll get into that in a second. I'm pulling into the tower. I'll see you in a second. Everybody, welcome. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope it's a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope that you're doing it well, and I hope that you like it well done. X-Men, mutants, rumors. What the heck? Weird thing, man, that happened last night. Did you guys see this? Did anybody in the chat see this kind of trickle out? It happened, or at least it came out during Nerd Theory, and so I was only able to like kind of read it a little bit. It's been making its way around the internet, and I think it might actually be real. But I also think it's probably slightly different than just saying, right, that none of them will be in the MCU until 2025. It's slightly more complicated than that. So we're going to get into that. We're going to go over the report, and then we're going to kind of speculate about what we think is going on. I do want to say, too, I got a ton of fun videos coming out this week. I'm going to do a video today about Kang and Doctor Doom and how I think the Kang Dynasty Secret Wars thing could play out with Doom still playing a pretty significant role. And also, I went on this deep dive yesterday for the comic book run of Eternity Wars, which was in the Ultimates. And some of the stuff that is in there is pretty mind-blowing. And I already have thoughts about what Secret Wars in the MCU will lead to and what I think they'll do after Secret Wars, right? Because a lot of people have been asking me, you know, whether it was in the stream yesterday or over the weekend or in DMs or whatever, like, okay, Secret Wars sounds crazy. I'm with you. That's insane. But where do you go from there? Well, I actually believe that Feige already knows somewhat of where he wants to go. And I think certain characters and certain things are already being established to not just get paid off in Secret Wars, but to get paid off in Eternity Wars and to get paid off in sort of even beyond the scope of the singular multiverse. It's really, really crazy. And so I'm going to be putting all of that stuff together and there'll just be some really crazy videos coming out this week about how I see this all going down, because damn, dude, it's about to get really crazy. So all that stuff's gonna be really fun. I also want to say, of course, we'll be doing a Nerd Ventures only stream tomorrow at noon. No public stream tomorrow, so we won't be in the tower in the morning. But at noon, I'll be live with just members, and we'll chat it up. We'll go over some fun stuff kind of behind the scenes and just hang out. So that'll be really cool. Make sure you are there for that. And also, shout out to Paradox Customs, and shout out to all of you guys that are putting orders in Paradox Custom, because it's just been awesome to see. I get little email notifications. It's really fun. I'm glad that you guys are taking advantage of it. You only have one more day, I think, of the 2.5% off. And one more time, I want to show off this incredible custom rig, because before you see me again publicly, we'll be streaming on this bad boy. I want to try to have this thing completely set up before a Thursday stream, and maybe we'll do some gaming and stuff too. Look at this powerful machine. Look at this beautiful thing. No, it's not just a paperweight. I am actually I'm gonna use it. We're doing high-powered gaming and high-powered shit. Look at it. Very, very happy to be partnered with Paradox Customs. They do good work. They will walk you through how to set up your system and overclock your system. It's pretty incredible stuff. So shout out to them. Thank you, Paradox Customs, and thank all of you for being here. Okay, should we get into this? Should we rip the Band-Aid off? And get into this wild, wild story? Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, let's check it out. Report. No X-Men. Oh, let me get it up here. No X-Men mutants in MCU until after 2025. Phase 7 at the earliest. Okay. Hot damn. That's quite a title. A little bit concerning, but let's read on. Okay. According to Devin Faraci. Former editor-in-chief of Birth Movies Death and current co-host of Marvel Vision, 20th Century Fox's contractual obligations to actors in the X-Men franchise have carried over to the Disney/Marvel and are in effect until 2025. That's bananas, okay? Captain Texas, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Make your way around the tower. Have fun. Okay. Pretty freaking weird. Okay, what they're basically saying is that a lot of the contracts that the actors had for the X-Men franchise were carried over to Marvel. This could actually be real. This means Marvel cannot recast, announce, or enter production on a film that includes roles held by some, if not all, of the most recent principal actors in the Fox X-Men franchise. Holy shit. Yes, Kendall, we are on, brother. What, 9:30? Yeah, so I'll do the thing with you at 9:30. We can go for like an hour, and then I'll jump on the Nerd Venture stream at noon. So yeah, I'm gonna be live with Normies to Nerds tomorrow. Talking all about this craziness, guys. So definitely go check out me and Kendall's chat tomorrow morning. I think I'm also going to do Agents of Fandom Thursday night. So we're kind of making the rounds a little bit, hanging out with some of the homies after a really fun, crazy SDCC, of course. Okay, so let's kind of just follow this here. Contracts have carried over, so they cannot recast, announce, or enter production on a film that includes roles held by some, if not all, of the most recent principal actors in the Fox franchise. Deadpool 3 and Xavier in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness are exempted because they are the original actors. That's pretty wild. Faraci isn't in the scoop game and doesn't pretend to be but retains industry contacts and occasionally relays some info he's been told. Most of the speculation has been that Disney/Marvel wants to drip out their newly acquired IP to sustain the longevity of the MCU. But if this is true, the apparent delay in introduction, the Fox X-Men, is due to being effectively legally prevented from rebooting. Okay? Yeah, so this is kind of interesting. So we can actually listen to the post here. I think it's at an hour 20:50. Right? An hour 50 seconds, yeah. Damn it. Okay, we'll start from here.
So those are Marvel characters, and those are characters that could show up in like Agatha, Coven of Chaos, or whatever.
Let's listen to this.
They show up in Blade, right? I have more to talk about that for Phase 6, by the way.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it was weird. The other thing that was not in Phase 5 is, despite the introduction of mutants at the end of Ms. Marvel, there's no mutants in Phase 5.
And as a matter of fact, Rob Liefeld made it a point this weekend when people asked him on Twitter. He was like, I've been telling you it's going to be a while.
So I know why.
Wow.
Why?
I know why there's no mutants. And I know why it's going to take a while. There might be individual mutants. There might be other characters that show up who are mutants.
Introducing some mutants, yeah.
The reason why is because the contractual situation with the original Fox stuff is going to be in effect till 2025.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
And so if they don't want to use those actors, then they have to wait until that contract all expire.
Okay.
Wow.
Do they even have to wait to announce? Like, how does that work?
I mean, so we're going to get Phase 6. Who knows what's going to be in Phase 6? They got like 9 open spots in Phase 6.
But
So
they said they're going to announce those at D23.
Right. So I'm saying, but like maybe that'll be announced. That stuff's all 2025.
But what I'm wondering is, like, can you even announce it before that?
Well, this is what I'm talking about now. Is that stuff's 2025. So if they're going to have stuff hitting in 2025 at the end of the contract, then they'll announce it. But I think that actually they probably can't go into production until the contracts are up.
Wow.
Like, it's not even a release. It's the same thing with Superman. They won't announce it.
Coming out in 2025 then.
So they're going to be Phase 7. So you're not going to see mutants until Phase 7.
Wow.
They're going to be mutants that will show up after the multiverse saga is over.
Sure. There you go.
But that's the answer.
Smart. You got plenty of stuff to do right now. Like,
there's plenty of stuff. I mean, but that is the answer. So even though it's been years now that Marvel has owned Fox again, or Disney's owned Fox, and even though we all have been very excited about them doing a good X-Men stuff, we're just going to keep waiting forever. So in fact, maybe it's possible that if Marvel does what Marvel usually does, which is stay sort of like close to the comics, the actors who are going to play the X-Men, we don't even know who they are yet.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably like 11.
So what about Deadpool? Like, we know they're working with Ryan Reynolds on the new Deadpool, so that could be announced now, right?
But that's the same guy.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. It's like that could be part of Phase.
Yeah, that's probably going to be Phase 6.
Yeah,
is my guess.
Or he might show up in something at some point. Right?
He could. Yeah. But that's because it's the same guy and they're keeping the guy. They can just make Deadpool. So they might show up in Phase 6 when we get the full Phase 6 announcements. They might also be very careful not to include it in the MCU timelines.
Sure.
Because of the nature of him.
Yeah.
They may say, well, these are happening.
Deadpool and Deadpool 2 and Logan to Disney Plus this weekend.
Yeah, sure. But they have all kinds of garbage on Disney Plus.
But those are R-rated. That's
the big information. They're R-rated. But but in terms of the MCU stuff, they may keep him out of the timelines because of his weirdness.
Yeah.
But who knows? But yeah, that's why they can have a Deadpool before 2025 potentially, is because that same guy playing that same character.
Yeah. What if Deadpool is the trick to taking down Kang, because Deadpool knows that it's all movies?
Could be. But so that's the reason why we're not going to see mutants until Phase 7. Or at least not significant numbers, or the mutants that we've already met. We're not going to see the X-Men until Phase 7.
Okay.
But that was because I really was really wondering. I was like, wow, that's really crazy. Like,
it is
Marvel
crazy.
Did seem like it was opening the door, and that we were going to walk through that door next phase, but that is not the case.
Nope.
Yeah, it is weird, right? Okay, so yeah, let's talk about this. Let's get into this. First of all, I do actually believe this is probably real. It kind of makes sense, and there's been situations like this before. Like, for instance, I think it was something like, what was it, 2 years or so that they couldn't use any of the Netflix characters once the shows ended. There was like a 2-year, I think it's called like a non-competition clause or something, so they couldn't create another version of those characters or shows like immediately, right? And so that was something that took years, and even though we believe that Charlie Cox knew that he was going to come back and do a shit ton of work, they couldn't officially talk about it at all, and they technically, legally, I don't think could have been in production on anything for it. So they did have to wait some time. Now, what's interesting too is, like, he says something in there about Rob Liefeld, and this is kind of interesting because Rob spoke out, I almost want to say a year ago, maybe more, and he said he was like seemingly upset that you weren't going to get Deadpool or X-Men or anything mutants for a long time. And he said something like, we can't do that. Or, you know what Marvel's plan for Deadpool is? There is no plan. It'll be 5 more years at least before they put him on the screen. That you're talking about these 2 really successful movies. And he was like really butthurt about it, right? And then I think back to Feige name dropping the mutants in 2019. He says, like, I didn't even have time to talk about the mutants. And then when sort of pressed about that after San Diego in 2019, he says, well, we have a plan for 5 years, right? Is basically what he said. Like, we have this plan like going up until 5 years. So I think that kind of makes sense. It's also crazy when you think about how seemingly badly he wants to get these other X-Men actors back. At least he wants to bring back, Hugh Jackman. He wants to bring back Charles Xavier, which he did. And when he was going to bring back Magneto, it was apparently going to be Fassbender. Now, I've heard that he was up for either. Like, he was talking to Ian McKellen and he was talking about to Fassbender. But ultimately, something happened where they decided to go with Fassbender for Magneto. They never shot anything with him, I don't think. But that is the story, is that they were going to use Fassbender Magneto. And so it kind of almost seems like if you look at the moves they're making and you look at the moves they're not making, there may be something to this. Like, this could actually be 100% real, and it just means that you can't get new versions of X-Men, and you can't establish things that's tied up in contracts with these other actors. Now, this also could be a reason as to why Kamala has been changed to be a mutant. Because she's obviously not contracted via Fox with an actress and something like that. So if we kind of start to think about this, right? If you think about the last couple of years of the X-Men movies, who does that kind of take off the table as far as for a new version of the mutants, right? That would take off Wolverine. That would take off Mystique, Magneto, Charles, Nightcrawler. Like, dude, basically any major X-Man and mutant. And I don't think it's anybody that was in the films, but I think it's anybody that gets like the upper end of billing, right? Because he says here roles for principal actors. So I think you would have had to be like a very principled one. You know, like you have principles and you don't make bad decisions and stuff. So I don't know exactly which characters this is referring to, but I think it would probably be the main ones. You know what I mean? Like the main X-Men and mutants. So, you know, that's kind of weird. it means maybe you can do some fringe mutants. Maybe you can do some mutants that are not X-Men exactly. And it's possible that whatever the Mutants project is, whatever that movie is, I mean, what if that's like, you know, Mr. Sinister and, you know, some other things that are going on? Because again, if they can't really do the X-Men until 2025, that's wild to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's wild. It could also be sort of why the focus is to push Secret Wars then and there in 2025, because you bring in the multiversal versions of these characters, because that's technically all he has access to. So it's like, if he wants to do a big event film with mutants and X-Men, he almost has to use the pre-established Fox versions of it, which is really weird, because that's like, for the actors, I mean, this kind of sucks for us as fans, but if you're an actor, you're like, fuck yes. You know what I mean? Because, like, Feige has no choice but to, like, use versions of these other characters. Right? Like, so isn't this kind of crazy, right? It's wild, man. And it ultimately just probably means that, like, if this is indeed true, and reading in the tea leaves a little bit here, like, again, I kind of think it is, all it really means is that, like, we're not going to get a proper X-Men in the MCU until 2025 or after. That stings a little bit. You know what I mean? He didn't say past versions. He says ones that have contracts. It's true. Meaning it's probably the Kinberg era, right? The last couple of movies and the contracts with those people. Yeah. So, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think they... No. Because it's not a monetary contract. It's a contract with deliverables that's already been signed. Like, there's no buying it out. Now... Could there be a way for them to get around it and finango it? Yes. But again, because it's not a Fox Disney thing, it is actors, guilds, it is agents, it is a whole bunch of bullshit. And, like, again, if you think about it from an actor's perspective or from an agent's perspective, bro, like, you think they're just gonna let, like, Disney comes over and is like, hey, we would really like to create our own version of Charles Xavier. You know, are you down to allow that to happen and sign away, you know, this ability for you to be the person? I mean, who's going to do that? You know what I mean? Like, to be honest with you, they might not legally be able to do that, because it's like they're a part of, like, a union. So there might be, like, I don't know. I'm speculating a lot, right? But what I'm saying is that it's possible that even if somebody like a James McAvoy was like, I don't give a fuck, and just allow them to use Professor Xavier, he might not even be able to do that because of his membership in the union, because of his agent, because of all these other things. Like, town that's run on greed. You know? So, no way, bro. Like, they're going to be like, no way. Like, this contract extends. You must use my client. You know, if you want to do that, this is what your options are. So, I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy. I still think that, like, of course, it's awesome to get the multiversal versions of the mutants, of the X-Men, and all of that. I wonder why and how he's going to handle this, because, like, there are characters like, for instance, Wanda and Pietro, and even though Pietro's dead, there are characters like Wanda who are a mutant. I know she's kind of been, like, retconned now into being, like, a fake mutant, or, like, not really a mutant. They also retconned Franklin Richards into not being a mutant. I just, you know, weird stuff that's going on in comics, because it's comics. But I mean, I wonder if you'll see characters like that, like Wanda being confirmed as a mutant now. I wonder if you'll take other, like, Namor's not wrapped up in any of that shit, right? Like, Namor was never in Fox stuff, as far as I understand it. He should not be wrapped up in this contract at all. So it's possible that they actually do make Namor a mutant, but I've also heard maybe they won't. I don't know, bro. You know? It's weird. So what do you guys think? Like, are you buying this? I see some people in the chat that are like, I'm not buying this. Some people are like, it makes sense. I will just say, dude, that, like, if you think this is total bullshit and, like, absolutely impossible, like, you're crazy. You don't understand contracts, because stuff like this happens all the time. You know what I mean? All the time. Yeah. Should we go to Poll Town? Let's go to Poll Town. Let's see what you guys say. Hey, you buying this? Hey, yo. Hey, yo. You buying this? Let me know. Pretty wild, bro. You know, I'll admit a little something to you guys. I was so excited for the possibility of mutants for being announced at San Diego Comic-Con that we actually created and designed X-Men inspired merch for the channel, for the Den of Nerds. And I was ready to release that merch Saturday night if they, like, announced some stuff or talked about it. Like, I'm so ready for X-Men and the mutants. Like, Secret Wars and the cosmic side of things and Doctor Doom and Kang, like, that's that shit. Like, that's amazing. But Charles, Magneto, you know, Wolverine, like that. Bro, I love it. X-Men. And X-Men right now in Marvel Comics is, like, better than it's been in a long time. Like, the X-books right now are fantastic. You know? Really, really cool stuff going on there. So, I am bummed. I am bummed to hear about this. I am bummed that this might actually be what's going on. But at the same time, like, it's Hollywood. It kind of makes sense, and I think we'll probably be okay. Like, at the end of the day, like, we have so much fun stuff coming for Marvel, Thunderbolts, Daredevil Reborn, or Born Again, and it's just like there's so much good stuff coming. And of course, they're building towards this Kang craziness, and then Secret Wars and all that. But I am just a selfish, greedy nerd. And I want the X-Men, bro. I want all that and a bag of chips. You know? Like, I want it all. And I want it now. So, I don't know. Can he give them money to end the contracts? No. And I tried to explain this before, but it's not that kind of contract. Basically, you would have to pay somebody. I don't even know if there's a way to pay out of this, essentially. I think the only thing you could do is maybe come to some kind of agreement where they didn't pursue legal action, right? And there's just too much money at stake. Like, it's not worth it. You know? Any contract can be broken. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This seems like one that is not likely to be broken. Now, could it be bent? Yeah, absolutely. And maybe he will figure out how to just break a little bit of this, right? Because, I mean, Feige's really brilliant at this side of the game as well. You know? I don't know. I guess we'll follow the story and we'll kind of wait and see. But, damn. Yeah. So, no Hulk versus Wolverine unless it's Jackman or it's after 2025. Giancarlo for Professor X. It seems like that was just a wild, outlandish rumor. You know? Yeah. Just call up Disney. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'll call them up. See what the hell's going on. Yeah. Contracts are like knees. They're made to be broken. Well, that's fucked up, bro. There's no way around it. That's pretty fucked up. I gotta say that, bro. Yeah. So kind of a little bit of a bummer in the middle of so much glorious Marvel news. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I could live, right? I could live 3 years without proper mutants, and we are getting X-Men 97, you know. So it's possible that that will carry us over. But, yeah. You know, maybe you'll get just like some odd stuff, people that weren't involved. I mean, look, this is essentially the same kind of a problem that Marvel faced at the beginning of its inception. They had sold the rights to their most popular shit. Like X-Men, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, they sold all of that in the 90s. It belonged, the license was held by other studios. They actually had to buy back licenses to start the MCU, and they could only afford the really cheap ones, like Iron Man. Like, basically, back then, who gives a shit about Iron Man, right? So they buy that up. They do all this buying of stuff to get the Avengers back, and they made it work, right? With obscure, non-popular, as far as from a comic book perspective, characters. They could do that again with the mutants. Like, there's all kinds of crazy mutants that they could use, and, you know, I don't think they have any, like, morph under contract, you know? Rogue might be okay, because that was a while ago with Rogue. Yeah. You could probably do a lot of the Mojo World characters, because I don't think any of those characters are under contract. Yeah. I don't know. There's a ton of stuff that they could do, including Namor, Apocalypse. Well, I guess Apocalypse would be under contract. Because it's probably like an options thing or something. I don't know, man. Yeah. Yeah, long shot would be sick. Jared Leto for Professor X, dude. GTFO. No, Negasonic that will be in the Deadpool stuff for sure. Yeah. I hope they introduce Rogue to steal Danvers' powers as well. I think that would be absolutely sick. I say lean into Sinister, man. Lean into Sinister. That's what I would do. That's what I would do, ladies and gentle beings. So, what else is going on, man? Is there any other crazy stuff that we need to chat about? I mean, I have a lot in my brain about the multiverse, about Secret Wars and all that sort of stuff, but I'm trying to kind of put that in a nice packaged video for you. You know? There was a new image of Andor where he's with some kind of alien bartender, which is kind of fun. Other than that, though, I don't know if there's too much else going on. Anything else in the news? Omega Red. They could do Omega Red. I've seen the leaked trailers, yeah. You know, I'll say this about the leaked trailers. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania looks like it's going to be a very serious movie, despite having a history of being super jokey and the first two being, you know, fairly funny films. That movie seems like it's going to be very high stakes and very serious. So, yeah, that's pretty wild. Sinister experimenting to make mutants. Yes, well, or Sinister experimenting on mutants because he understands that they're emerging or whatever. You know what I mean? Alpha Flight? Alpha Flight could be cool. Yeah. They teased Sinister and Apocalypse. They did, but they didn't have an actor signed, right? Was there an actor under contract? Oh my god, dude. That would suck. Dupe would be sick, dude. Is Kang Dynasty part 1 of Secret Wars, or are they just doing part 1 of Secret Wars? I think Kang Dynasty is a part 1 to Secret Wars, yes. Mm-hmm. What is the Marvel news? Oh, Patrick, I mean, we've been talking about it pretty much for a half hour now, but it's like there's a report from a Hollywood insider that there is a contractual reason that Feige cannot use predominant X-Men until 2025. Yeah. The Ant-Man footage feels like Dune. Yeah, it's going to be very different than the other films. I'm very, very excited to check that film out, man. It's going to be dope. Will Kang be king of Battle World rather than Doom? Oh, baby, do I have a video coming out for you later today? And that should be 6. Patrick, you fell asleep. Too many blinkers. Too much smoke, man. You got smoked out, brother. Have a bowl of cereal. You know, bring it down a little bit. Bring it down a little bit. I think it's possible that Doom is going to be a big, big part of Secret Wars. 100%. That's what I think. That's what I think, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's possible. I think it also might have something to do with Wanda. Yeah. Because I still have that theory. I couldn't help, though, but, like, get really excited about Eternity War and what I think is going on. There's a couple of characters that I think Feige is establishing right now that are going to be very, very important moving forward. And it's possible that one of them is Eternity, the little love girl, like at the end, like the resurrected Eternity child. I feel like she could be really, really important. I also feel like it's very obvious that America Chavez is really important, because America Chavez being the only one in the multiverse, to me, this means that she's either from a different incarnation of the multiverse or she's from the first universe before there was a multiverse. And bro, there's just so much crazy shit. There's so much crazy shit that could be coming. Because, like, man, like, so very early on, I was like, okay, Secret Wars, that's the obvious next step for what Marvel wants to do. But looking at the idea of Eternity War and what that could be next, man, I really do think that Feige's got a pretty wild plan for the next 10 years. And yeah, it's going to be really, really crazy. Yeah. What is Eternity War? Eternity War was a really interesting run that happened in the Marvel, or in the it was in the Ultimates comics, and it was, I think, the Ultimates #2. And, like, bro, basically there's this embodiment of the very first universe called the First Firmament, and it's like a version of Eternity, but just the one universe. Then, like, basically what happens is the multiverse starts to happen. Eternity splits up and goes into every little universe, and there's basically like a war between a group of, like, they're almost, think of them as Celestials, which again could tie into his plans with, like, Celestials' time runs out or whatever he's doing, right? So there's this group of Celestials. Some of them are like, no, there should be only one universe, and the rest of them are like, no, there should be a multiverse, and then they battle, and then there's basically a multiverse. And the multiverse itself gets reset over and over again. Like, at the end of Secret Wars, the whole multiverse is destroyed, but essentially brought back through various means. And in between a reboot of the multiverse, this entity known as the First Firmament and Reed Richards, the Builder, essentially captures the multiversal version of Eternity and has him, like, captured and chained. And then there's, dude, Eternity Wars is fucking nuts. And I think that, like, again, I'm going to do a whole video about this, but the TLDR of it is that I think what he's going to do is he's going to say, okay, guys, here's a multiversal war in Kang Dynasty. Here is Secret Wars with the entire multiverse collapsed and shrunk down. Then they're going to save the multiverse. And when they save the multiverse, this will probably be via, I don't know, one of the characters, maybe even cosmic entities. Because I believe the one above all can just recreate the multiverse if that entity survives. Maybe even the Living Tribunal can just reboot the multiverse. So the multiverse will be rebooted after Secret Wars. And I think what happens after that is instead of the multiverse collapsing, one of the things that the builder wanted to do in Eternity War was he wanted to remove what was called the superflow. The superflow is the space between universes. It keeps them all distinct. Okay? And so I think in Eternity War and in the next saga, you will actually be fighting for like the entire multiverse as it is becoming just a singular universe. But again, I'll break all of that down in a video. It's really, really crazy. Yeah. No, I know, Joey, 100%. So, like, yeah, we're 3 years away from Secret Wars, and I already am thinking of past that. You know what I mean? The lag is too real on the stream? What? You'd be lagging? Anybody else lagging? Yeah, it's in the Ultimates run, yeah. Well, Galactus plays a big role in Eternity War, actually. Galactus becomes this golden version of Galactus. I think he's called like Lifebringer Galactus or Galactus the Seeder of Worlds. And yeah, so this like golden version of Galactus formulates this thing called the Eternity Watch. And Eternity Watch is actually where a character called the Infinite, anybody that plays Marvel Snap, you know about the Infinite. Well, the Infinite is actually a member of the Eternity Watch, which is kind of like, dude, it's so fucking crazy. Like, dude, comics. Fucking comics, bro. Comics. Like, just, how could the MCU sustain itself? What are they? How could they beat Secret Wars? How could they beat Infinity? Fucking comics, bro. That's how. Comics. Comics is crazy. Like, yeah. It gets very wild. You made up those words. You made up your words. Your word made up. So shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Hot damn. Lifebringer Galactus is horny Galactus. Yeah, he's chubbed up the entire comic run. It's really awkward, actually. But, yeah. So, yeah, basically shit's gonna get wild, bro. Shit is going to get wild. Because, like, we're... yeah. We'll talk about it later. All words are made up, says Dr. Cool. Okay, good one. Good one, and fair point. Fair point. Okay, should we get into Q&A? Should we just kind of go over soupy chats and hang out in the chat for a little bit? Unfortunately, I can't go for a long stream today because I got to record some videos, and I'm a little bit behind. Oh, also, if you missed the stream yesterday and you want to see a recap of all of the little things we went over in yesterday's stream, I'm dropping a ton of clips over on the Clips channel. I'll link it on Twitter. I'll link it in the Discord because I'll do a whole playlist of all the stuff from yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's stream and you want to just kind of get the TLDR on my thoughts on the big announcements, go check that out on the Clips channel. It's going to be cool. It's going to be pretty chill. It's going to be pretty chill. Okay, let's get into the super chats, and we'll also just kind of see what's going on in the chat, man, because it is that time. I'm not famous. Thanks again, bro. Says, hey, man, sorry about the confusion with the Saber. I sent you a DM on Insta. Should be from the O Sabers account with the UPS tracking. It's a different post office for some reason. I think it's a different post office for some reason. Oh, shit. They gave it at a different post office. Okay. Can you try to send me that on Twitter, though? I don't really go on Insta like that. Did you send it to the Den of Nerds account on Insta, which I definitely don't go on? Or did you send it to my account? I need answers. Oh, okay. Hey, I got your thing. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I will look into that and see what's going on with that. Whoa, what the buttholes? Come on, man. Boom. Okay, cool. All right, let's check this out. Thanks for that, bro. Get this over here. Skylar Hillman says, Daredevil, bro, again. I like that. Bro. 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 I like that. James Jones with a $5 hollow says, if they introduce individual mutants in the different projects leading into 2025, that could work nicely. Yes, that could absolutely work, and I think that that's probably what they'll do. I do think, though, that it's kind of a bummer that we won't get proper X-Men. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But I guess also, too, on the other end of that, that leaves room for, like, Phase 7, 8, and 9 to be very heavy with the X-Men and mutants, which is really cool. So, yeah. Jack DeWhiskey says, I'm calling Phoenix Saga after Multiverse. I highly doubt it, bro. Now, here's the thing. Let me make a small caveat here. It is possible that the Phoenix as a concept will be a big part of what Feige wants to do after Secret Wars, because I don't think he's even close to done with the multiverse. And a lot of people were like, bro, you can't just do Secret Wars as a one-off thing. And I kind of agree, but it's also possible that, like, look at the patterns. You have Infinity War and Endgame, and Infinity War and Endgame set up a lot of clues about the multiversal stuff and about collapsing multiverses, and like, there's reasons why myself and others were like, bro, Secret Wars is the next thing. That's going to be crazy. And he does this thing where he tries to sort of set up concepts for normies that they can grab onto, and then he doubles down on them over time. So, like, between Spider-Man and Loki and Multiverse of Madness, you're sort of seeing this thing of, like, variants and all these different things. And I just don't see a world in which you go from Multiversal Wars, Battle World, all these different alternate versions of characters, including X-Men, and then you come back and just do Dark Phoenix Saga. No, it's not big enough. You know? I think that if Phoenix could play into a thing with Eternity War, Celestials, like, that's, I think, is really more of what he'll do, in my opinion. Skylar Hillman says, what's the next culmination event after Secret Wars? Will Tony return in Secret Wars? Yes, I think Tony returns in Secret Wars, 100%. And again, I think the next event after that is Eternity War, and perhaps it's going to be like a version of Eternity War where you're fighting for the whole of the multiverse. Yeah. Basically, the whole multiverse will be destroyed, then it'll be rebooted, and then it'll be kind of like, it just ups the ante, it ups the scale. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Captain Texas 34. Welcome to the Nerd Vengers, man. Appreciate you. Normie to nerds. What's up, brother? Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Brian, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Make your way around the tower. Feel the power. Go check out the stone massage as well. Chaboy G says, in my opinion, I like the idea of the MCU X-Men being Phase 7. I believe we'll get legacy X-Men actors in Phase 6, but then they could do their own X-Men afterwards. Yes, that is true. That is true. I just hope that he can really get them then. You know what I mean? It kind of makes sense as to, like, why he was so adamant about getting these other X-Men back, because that's kind of what he's working with, you know? And it's also dope. Like, it's also dope. Don't get me wrong. It's really cool. But I hope he can get them. You know? Get them all. Get Hugh. Get Hugh Jackman. David says here, damn, so no Hulk versus Wolverine unless it's Jackman. It appears that that's the case, yeah. Sneakz says, how come this Fox contract stuff doesn't affect MCU Fantastic Four? Because the MCU Fantastic Four happened a long time ago, before the last X-Men movie, right? When was the Fantastic Four movie? No. When was the other one? What was it? What was it even called? Okay, 2015. So basically, the 5-year gap's already over. And also, I don't think those actors were signed a long-term contract. They could have been, but it doesn't matter. It's 7 years. That was 7 years ago. And the last X-Men movie was probably just 3 years ago, right? 3 or 4? Which one was it? Apocalypse? $2019, I believe. Yeah. Dark Phoenix was in 2019. Yeah. It's kind of a bummer. So I think that's the explanation, man. David says, the Ant-Man footage feels like Dune. Yeah, we went over that. I think that's sick, dude. Talented Mr. Griffin says, sup, Josh? I saw the leaked trailer for Mando 3. Do you think the Star Destroyer that they showed was the Chimera? It's either the Chimera or a part of that fleet. And yeah, I do believe that was shown intentionally, and I do believe that has something to do with Thrawn. Faux show, bro. And I appreciate you. Mars says, the actor would have to die to recast. I don't know. Maybe that ends the contract. I'm not exactly sure, but also I don't know what you're implying there. And don't get any ideas. We can wait a couple of years. Holy shit. Daquan says, I hope Avengers vs. X-Men is a huge project in phase 7 through 8. Feel like that's the next big thing they got to do. I do think that Avengers vs. X-Men could be amazing, but it is not going to slap the same way that like Eternity War or something like that could, right? So I'm down for that, and I think it could still be a big part of it, but I don't think that you're going to go from Secret Wars and the Multiverse saga into a saga that's like you might get a couple of years of like just X-Men stuff being established before you get into Eternity War. That's possible. It's also possible they just go right into it and they go big, and then there's just, I don't know. It's a little too early to tell on that, you know? Flatburst Zombie says, who is going to be the main villain for the Fantastic Four movie? A version of Kang or Doom? I think it's probably Doom, but maybe it's Doom and Kang. Maybe it's Doom and then it's Kang. Maybe Doom is maybe Doom teams up with the Fantastic Four to try to stop Kang. I don't know. You know? But I do think it's probably very important that the Fantastic Four movie is going to come out November before 2025, and then you got the 2 Avengers movies, right? And when Feige showed Phase 6, that's all he showed was Fantastic Four, Kang Dynasty, and Secret Wars. So, yeah. Something crazy like that. MHN says, do you think we'll see the Builder or Ultimates in the MCU? I do, actually. I do. I think that that's on the way, bro. I think right now what Feige needs to establish is a little bit of some of these new characters and their DNA in Marvel and in the MCU, because you're going to get a lot of versions and multiversal stuff, but unless the audience knows the first version or a version of that character, it's not going to hit the same way when you see an alternative version. That's kind of part of the important formula that I think he's setting up right now. Susan from the lobby says, yo, can I get a raise? Need to fund Theories fan film. Absolutely not, Susan. And you also need to worry about your hygiene, because you're kind of a stinky hoe. And I don't say that lightly. I don't like to throw around those kind of words, but you are a stinky hoe. So let's worry about the hygiene before we worry about getting you more money. You know, holy shit. Holy shit. Did you talk about how Pedro saying Mando will be reluctant going into a leadership position? No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Let me check it out. I know he made some comments, right? And you know, I didn't get to talk to you guys about this. You know, we did Nerd Theory about it, but maybe I'm just like way wrong or whatever. Are you all really excited for the Lego Vacation animated movie? You sent the article on the Twitter. Are you guys all excited for that? Bro, Dirty, where'd you send? I don't got no article. I don't see no article, bruh. You don't send me no article, bruh. Bruh, what you doing, bruh? I don't see any articles, bruh. I'm excited for your new tattoo. Yeah, that's pretty sick, huh? Yeah. I'll watch it to pass the time, but not a big deal. What? Seth Rogen for Sue Storm? Oh, hell yeah. You just did? You don't say that. What? On what? Ah, okay, I see it now. Haha. Thanks, bro. Okay, yeah, let's check this out. This is kind of interesting. Check this out. So this is what he says here. If he is stepping into a leadership position, he's reluctant to do so. Pascal tells Total Film. I don't think that there's anything more interesting than a character being forced into discovering what they're capable of and who they are. That part has been really, really fun. Also, from my point of view, there's so many searchable ways to find the tonality of that. I just tried to achieve the subtleties of that kind of character development. I like that. Yeah. So what do you think? Is he gonna lead the Mandalorians, or is it gonna be Bo-Katan? Chat, are you team Din or are you team Bo to lead Mandalore? In fact, let's go to the polls. Look at you guys are split. Yo, you guys are like pretty much 50-50 on the X-Men story. Man, you guys are wild, bruh. Bruh, you guys so wild, bruh. I don't like how wild you are. Boom. Okay, there it is, the poll. It's Mandalorian. Yeah. You guys want to see something kind of cool? You guys want to see something kind of cool? I had Ruben from Agents of Fandom help me out with the thumbnail for a big video that I'm working on. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. Okay. Evan says, what if freshman year ends with the Marvel Zombies virus starting to spread, meaning it's a prequel to that? Whoa, bro. Bro. I like that, bro. Bro, that's good idea, bro. Bro. Yo, let me tell you. So I have a Spider-Man hero click that is from the What If Zombie stuff, and he has Scott Lang's head and some other people that he has as like bystander tokens. It's like one of my favorite Spider-Man that they've ever made in HeroClix, and he's absolutely incredible. So I love that version of Peter with the cloak of levitation on him. Yeah. Hey, by the way, guys, if you're a member, next Saturday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. And it's also the day that we're going to do a gosh dang watch party together. You know, you guys never want to hang out anymore. You never want to do watch parties, you know. You canceled yesterday's Nerdvenger stream. I'm a little upset with you guys, but it's okay. And next Saturday, we're finally going to do a watch party together. We'll start it at 10 a.m., and we'll watch some dope Marvel stuff, maybe some Star Wars stuff. I haven't really decided what we want to do yet, but next weekend, we will do a big old watch party for that. And I'm hoping that on Thursday, we'll be able to do some gaming on the new PC. I'm pretty stoked to get that working. How did y'all figure out this information? What are you talking about, Agent Breezy? What you mean, bruh? Josh, from your opinion, does it matter? Honestly, I don't care if it's true or not because I've waited this long. But would it be bad to bring back the cast for the last X-Men movies? Because they're all great. So I'm not sitting here saying like, oh my God, MCU over, all my hype is gone, the wind's out of my sails, I'm really butthurt. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is that there may be an explanation for the lack of mutants until 2025. We'll probably have to sort of curb our expectations for what mutants and X-Men looks like in the MCU until then. And yeah, it is a little bit of a bummer, man. The X-Men news, like who announces these things? Dude, let me ask you a question, Agent Breezy. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but did you just wander into the stream in the last 5 to 10 minutes and ask us to recap 40 minutes of conversation and breaking down the point? Are you trying to be that fucking guy right now? You trying to be that fucking guy? You think we've just been up here fiddling our thumbs all day? What do you think goes on here? Holy shit. God damn. Where does this stuff even come from? That's what Agent Doucheface thinks we've been doing all day. Holy shit. Anyways, much love to everybody in the chat. I always like to have a good, nice community day where we're very welcoming of everybody, and you know, as long as we keep that energy, you know, keep that welcoming with open arms. You know, come on in, like it's all good. We respect everybody and all that. You know what I mean? Like as long as we keep that fucking energy, you know, we're gonna be just fine. Yeah. Much love, everybody. Much love. Oh, Agent Breezy, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, brother. But also, you know you're that guy. Do better. And just watch the stream, the beginning of it or some shit, you know? Come on, man. Come on. Yeah. Now it feels a little awkward. It's like, yeah, damn. My bad. Josh, explain what happened in Nerd Theory 2 weeks ago. Oh, yeah, sure. Let's go through that. No! I don't even remember. I don't even remember what happened in Nerd Theory last night. And I was there. You know? Holy shit. Calm your tits. I'm sorry. I will calm my tits. The tits will be calmed, okay? My bad, guys, okay? Look, it's just a lot of energy. Haven't had great sleep, you know? There's a lot of stuff going on. Will you mansplain the Mandalorian? I don't know, man. I'm just hoping that the real leader of Mandalore is actually the top G. What's his fucking name again? What's the guy's name again? Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is going to lead the Mandalorians. Okay? So Bo-Katan will be crowned ruler of it. And then Andrew Tate will be like, hold on now. I'm the top G. And a woman can't be... Look, it's just facts. I'm not trying to be rude, you know? But a woman cannot lead Mandalore. Because I'm the top G. And then the rest of the seasons will be Andrew Tate in Mandalorian armor for the rest of the thing. Did you see Andrew Tate fold in conversation to Hassan Abi? I mean, yeah, I watched some of that stuff, man. Honestly, like I couldn't really get through a lot of it, to be honest with you. So, Grogu will be the leader, doing little flips all over the place. Hot damn! Sasha Banks to rule Mandalore? Now there's a thought. I'd actually stop watching this show. Yeah, for sure, huh? Can we stop with the Tate? Can we stop with the Tate? This is Theory's fault. You know? Yeah. Me to rule Mandalore. Dude, Susan, shut your stanky hoe self right the fuck up. Babu will lead? Okay. Now you're talking my language. Now we're getting there a little bit. Yeah, now we're doing it. Andrew Schultz greater than Andrew Tate? I mean, yeah, for sure. Read your super chat? When did you send it? How come I didn't see it come in? Oh, okay. MCU Comic Recommendations. Well, there's no comics. Well, there actually are some MCU comics, but they're not very good. You want to just read Marvel proper. There's just a ton of fun Marvel comics, bro. Like, it's hard to say like where to start or where to get into. I'd probably need to sit down and do a consultation with you. What kind of stories do you like? What kind of things do you like? Who are your favorite characters? You know, we'd probably have to take like a saliva test. Temperature, all sorts of things, man. Yeah. So, Josh, do that with me. Oh my gosh. Should we do a Marvel fan starter kit? Should I do a Marvel fan starter kit? How to begin Marvel Comics video? You know? Yeah, I think your LCS would be able to help you out. I mean, I always say, like, go through the big events. Like, at this point, like, this Kree-Skrull War is, like, a long time ago, so maybe you don't have to do that. But I think that between, like, Secret Invasion, Civil War, Avengers vs. X-Men, Civil War 2, like, there's just been a lot of events. At the very least, you should probably be familiar with the big events and what has happened. My personal favorite, like, couple of years in comics was when Hickman started writing Avengers, New Avengers, and then you get into Secret Wars. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's why I'm so hyped up about it. So, yeah. Marvel comics that pertain to big events. Yes, I think that's the ticket. That's the ticket. Like, go through all the big Marvel events. That's what I would do. Yeah, so Secret Wars, Secret Wars 2, Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, Infinity Crusade, House of M, Civil War, Secret Invasion. Here's a really good bunch of them. Siege, Fear Itself, Avengers vs. X-Men. Fear Itself is underrated. That's a really fun one. Infinity, Axis, Secret Wars, Civil War 2, Inhumans vs. X-Men, Secret Empire, War of the Realms. A lot of fun stuff. Yeah, we have the crib built. And we also have there's a bassinet or whatever. We got a crib, but we got the bassinet as well. Because when he's real tiny, he'll just sleep in the room with us. And when he gets a little bit bigger, we'll put him we'll put him in the crib. You know? So Mas says, thank you for telling me that, Josh, because as a woman, I can't make up my own mind. Yeah, no problem, because I'm the top G, Mas. I'm always down to help out the ladies. Anyway. Ooh, please no. Don't sleep next to him. Danger of rolling over on him. No. I'm not going to, like, put him on the bed when he's a baby and sleep there. The bassinet is like a little crib that is next to the bed. says Bugatti. All weird, too. Yeah, I actually haven't heard him say Bugatti. I mean, look, I've watched like maybe a half hour combined of Andrew Tate's content. Okay? I have no fucking idea who the guy is. I honestly don't give a shit. But apparently, he's so damn contentious out there that we're still talking about him weeks later. You know? Mm-hmm. You think we'll actually get some proper Star Wars news at D23? The High Republic stuff is meh. Jedi Survivor for March. Bro, if Star Wars... Here's the other side of this. Star Wars has to come correct at D23. But I mean, like, dude, if I were to ask you guys right now, who do you think's going to have better announcements at D23, Marvel or Star Wars? We would all say Marvel in a heartbeat. And they just announced... like more than any other studio has ever announced. Marvel will absolutely dude, just announcing the cast and the director of the Fantastic Four. If I was Kathleen Kennedy, I would just drop the mic and walk off stage embarrassed. Do you know what I mean? Like, good luck, bro. Like, good luck. But having said that, do I think that there will be some good announcements at D23 for Star Wars? Fucking hope so. Can we talk about movies? That would be nice. Amped up feisty Josh is the best Josh, says Zion Scott. Yeah, I know everybody likes it when I get super mad and triggered or whatever. And yeah, I was just a little tired today, so I'm low on the energy. But now I'm getting all fired up. So there you go. Ben Frill says, Andrew Tate as Professor X. Yes. Yes. Wanda replacing Molecule Man, yay or nay? I think yes and no. There's something about Wanda that's intrinsic to the multiverse, intrinsic to destruction. So yes, but is she going to be the bomb? I don't know. Your reaction to Secret Wars was awesome. I'll be 30 plus by the time New Avengers drops, and it makes me feel hella old. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Yeezy. I mean, I'll be damn near 40. I'll be damn near 40 when Secret Wars comes out, but I'll just be grateful to be alive and experiencing that. Yeah. Oh, she's the bomb. Oh, make no mistake about it. Wanda is absolutely the bomb. But is she the bomb? I don't know. What about the Maker, Evil Reed Richards? I think the Maker is going to play a big role in what happens after Secret Wars. That's my gut feeling. Is that the Maker, and maybe he'll play a role on Secret Wars, but I think that he'll play a big role in Eternity War. That's what I think. Is Wanda a thought? No, I don't think so. Because she does things. Yes, Council of Reeds, I do think, is on the table as well. Yeah. Wanda is mammy. Will Doctor Doom save MCU from multiverse collapse? What role will he play in the multiverse saga and beyond? I hope he plays a big role. But it's also possible you get different variant versions of Doctor Doom and stuff like that too, you know? Yeah. Wanda could be the tool Doom uses to steal the Beyonders' powers. Yes. Well, especially because they're seemingly doing the children's crusade. So, like, Doom and Wanda could actually get married, or there could be something like that going on, right? And, bro, that's a lot of fun. That's a lot of craziness that you could add there. So, yeah. Yeah. What Secret Wars or Spider-Man comic is the best in your opinion? Ooh, okay, good question. Spider-Man. I like the Ultimate Spider-Man run. If you want to just kind of like get like a vibe on Peter or whatever, like that run was really cool. I thought Miles Morales' stuff was really cool. Spider Island is pretty fun. The Kraven's Last Hunt is really cool. I personally really like the Scarlet Spider run that Christopher Yost did with Kane. I really like that run. So yeah, there's just some Spider-Man stuff there. As far as Secret Wars, You got to read Time Runs Out and then Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars. That's the one. The contract stuff makes sense. Kind of explains why people like Echo and Agatha are getting shows because Feige doesn't have all his toys yet. Yep, that is exactly. I see it as well, and I'm like, damn, like, kind of sucks, but also makes sense, and it's not the end of the world. So. Kraven doesn't hunt. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Kraven, as far as Sony is concerned, is not a hunter. He is a protector. Yes, vegan, non-binary Kraven 2025 coming out from Sony, 100%. What will the Wonder Man show be about? Not sure. I think it'll be like a version of WandaVision, but from the perspective of a guy who's an actor, maybe a struggling actor, and also a superhero. That's what I think. Mm-hmm. Yes, Miles with the sandwich in Secret Wars. If Miles doesn't have a sandwich for Molecule Man, I riot. I thought it was Peter that had the sandwich. Was it Miles? That shit was funny, though. It was a burger, but yeah. I swear I thought it was Peter. Was it Miles? It was in number 5, right? Yeah, that was funny. There's so many comics to read, but I want to savor them all. Yeah. Yeah, that shit was sick, dude. When Doom just ripped out Thanos' spine. It was crazy. The burger was from Sheetz with a side of marinara. Yeah, then the Molecule Man was probably like, I'm done, actually. I don't really want to save anything. Will Ultron ever return? Yes, I do think so, but perhaps via the multiverse. Christian White says, Josh, do I become a nerdvenger or nah? So here's the thing. Kind of depends on what you want to do with your life, okay? Do you want to commit to being the best nerd possible? To being a nerd that other nerds can lean on? Do you want to take the first step into a world of responsibility, of knowledge? Because when you become a nerdvenger, you carry a lot of responsibility and a lot of power, and it also makes your life easier and better. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, like, do you want to have like a better, easier life where you're way more nerdy and respected in your community and everybody wants to smell you? Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to fall back. Maybe you want to just blend into the crowd. Maybe you don't want that responsibility. Maybe you don't want that heat. Maybe you don't want that smoke. It depends on what you want out of your life. So, Yeah, I don't know. It's up to you. Hey Josh, I've never read Secret Wars comics. Does Doom make it past those? I hope you get more Doom after that too. Christian says, I want you, Josh. Wait, what? Yeah, so Doom actually does some really interesting stuff after Secret Wars as well. He becomes Iron Man in comics, and he remembers Secret Wars. I think at first he like only remembers it like fragmented, and then he eventually remembers all of it. So yeah. Josh, don't you have videos to make? I do. I better get out of here, huh? Have my babies, Josh. Wait, what? Pause. Do you think that they'll recast Thunderbolt Ross since the actor passed away? I kind of hope they do, to be honest. Who are the Thunderbolts going to be? I'm not sure. But I think it's going to be dope. I think Kazar's going to be in it. From the Savage Land. And Kazar's kind of hard as nails, bro. Yeah. Hard as nails. Halo Infinite custom games with the community once Forge drops. I'm probably down. Yeah. I think that could be fun. Yeah. Kazar, not Quasar. I mean, Quasar is cool as well, but no, Kazar. That'd be Kazar. Yeah. All right, everybody. I got to get on out of here. The real Jesse Lee Reed says the best Spider-Man comic ever was Amazing Spider-Man 248. The kid who collects Spider-Man. Read it. Also, your Mandalore poll needs a third option. Oh, yeah, for the top G. For the top G. Is that what you're saying? For the top G? We should have another option for the top G. Look at this. People are pretty split on this, too. That's kind of wild. I think a lot of you guys would be okay with Bo taking over. Interesting. Interesting. Someone's Vision super chat? Oh, what's up with White Vision? Chase says. I'm really not sure. My gut tells me he'll be a part of Armor Wars, but yeah, I'm really not sure. So, not sure. Not sure. All right, everybody. Look, much love to you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you again. Lots of really big videos coming out. Thursday stream's going to be super fun. Probably do some gaming. Hopefully be on the new computer, which I'm excited about. Again, make sure you go to Paradox Customs PC. Get yourself a sweet, awesome new PC. And use code NERDVENTURES at checkout to get a little bit off the top. You take a little off the top. And then you got the goose, but you take it off the top of the top of the take it off. Yeah. Yeah. All right, everybody. I'll see you later. Take care of yourselves and each other. And as I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? It's just so damn nerdy out there. So much sweet nerdy goodness. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I legitimately think that Secret Wars is only the beginning. It's only an appetizer for what is to come. And I don't know what to think of that. I don't know if my heart can take much more. But either way, I'm excited. But first, we get to the Secret Wars. And then we'll take a look, see what it looks like after that. Might be crazy. Maybe they'll just pack it up. Yeah. All right, everybody. Open up your third eye. Watch out for that brown eye. And I'll see you later.